Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. My name is Rebecca and today we are going to be going over my January week 3 expense check-in. So if you want to see where the money went this week, then just keep on watching. Before we jump into the expense tracking, I do want to jump back to the annual goal sheet because if you watched my original 2025 setup video, I did go over some of the different goals that I had for the year. And one of those was paying an additional $1,200 to my car loan, and the other was saving an additional 1 month of living expenses. Well, this last paycheck, as I was kind of going over everything and looking at my car loan and the interest that's building, and even looking back at my original loan paperwork for the interest, I just want to get this car paid off as soon as possible. So I've decided that for the time being, I'm going to funnel the additional 1 month of living expenses funds to my car loan. And by doing this, from my estimations with the extra $1,200, my normal payments, I'm thinking I should be able to have this paid off probably by the end of next year. I'm hoping that if I get extra money from different places, that maybe I can pay it off a little bit sooner. But for now, it's looking like I would be able to pay it off by the end of 2026. Which is 3 years, I think, sooner. Yeah, it'd be 3 years early for the actual loan. So it would save a decent amount of interest. So I did just want to touch on that really quickly before we jump into the actual expense check-in. So this video is going up a little bit later than normal because we were out of town. So you will see some travel expenses on here as well. But let's go ahead and jump into the color coordinating and adding up. So let's do grocery first. And I do actually have a couple wins that I will talk about that I wrote down. So here's grocery. So that's it for grocery. And let me just write down all our categories here. Grocery. Okay. Then we have eating out. And there still was a decent bit of eating out. And obviously with travel, a lot of that is, food out and things. But I'm not one of those people that travels and wants to cook at the destination. I would rather, eat things that are local to that destination and enjoy that. But in terms of my wins, there were actually 2 days on here that I did not eat out at all. And as you can see, there's 4 different takeout things. One was literally just a quick cafe thing there's a new cafe that opened near us that we wanted to try. So it's not a ton, especially compared to prior weeks. And having 2 days where there was no eating out at all, I feel is really, actually, I'm sorry, it was 3 days because there was one day that was a true no spend day at all. And then obviously I wouldn't have eaten out that day. I didn't spend anything. So that's 3 days of no eating out, which if you've been watching my check-ins, that's pretty big because pretty much all the other weeks I had at least one thing each day, which isn't ideal, but I think this is baby steps at least. So I wanted to highlight that and call that out because I'm really happy about that. Then we will do, I didn't even grab the miscellaneous one. Miscellaneous, there was just 2. Then we have gift. So this was actually done on the 2nd. We had to get a baby shower gift, but I had forgotten to write it down in that week's check-in. So I just added it here. That way it doesn't get lost and not accounted for. Then we needed some household items, like paper towels and laundry stuff. Then I did actually get a car wash. So I hadn't had one in a decent amount of time. So I figured it was time. I bring my dog around in the car a decent amount and he gets it very dirty. Like he gets his slobber on the door like panel, and his hair gets everywhere. So I do like to get car washes, you know, probably I would say, I don't even think once a month, maybe once every other month or once every 6 weeks or so, like just depending on how bad it gets. And then the last two items were travel. So we had hotel and then just the general spending. And if you missed in my like setup of my budget categories, I did mention that for travel, I'm not separating it based on like what was eating out, what was like a trinket. I'm not doing all of that. It's just too much for me. So anything that was spent on the trip is getting marked as travel, and you know, it's just getting categorized that way. So let's go ahead and add everything up. So grocery, was $46.90. Eating out, $36.24, which is pretty good. Obviously, you know, we ate out during the travel, but like in terms of actually, we were only gone for a few days, so most of the actual week was at home. So I feel like $36.24 is not bad. Again, comparing to prior weeks, I feel like it is progress. Miscellaneous, we had 2 transactions, $13.22. Gift was just the one at $21.16. Household was just the one at $22.43. Car was just the one at $37.43. And then travel, we had the 2. So $698 even. So let's add all this up. Is $875.38, and if we remove the travel, I only spent $177.38, and obviously gift, that's not regular recurring. Household, that is recurring, but I would say we only get these products like, again, probably once every 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, like it just depends. Car wash, again, it's not, you know, recurring every week or anything. So overall, I feel like this week went pretty well. You know, the travel was maybe a little bit more than I kind of intended, but you know, when I'm traveling, like I don't want to, you know, feel like I'm very, very confined to like a strict budget. I know that I have the money set aside for this. I knew this was coming. So, you know, I don't feel the need to like micromanage how much we spent, and we enjoyed it. So I think it was worth it. But that is it for this check-in. The next check-in, I think, will I actually think we'll have one more full week check-in, and then I'll save like the last few days of January for like the closeout portion. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, this is where we're at. I'm really excited to like add up the whole month because I've never actually tracked everything, well, except for that trial run in November, but like I've never tracked everything like this really beyond that trial month. So I'm really excited to add everything up and then see how we can improve for February. Already this week, I feel like I did pretty good with 3 no eating out days and just less spent eating out overall when I was home. So I'm excited to see where we land for January, and then really excited to see what we can do for February. So that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know down below, how did you do for the 3rd week of January? I'd love to know. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.